What is going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about Walking Dead, New Frontier, and AJ and all that stuff. But before we start talking about that, I do want to apologize for that. I haven't been consistent lately ever since I did the live stream of episode 4. Now, I haven't been that consistent because one, I've been busy, and second, we're closing in on the end of New Frontier, or season 3, whatever you want to call it. There isn't that much news, until they announce like the trailer, the release date for the next episode, so I haven't been uploading that much. But anyways, guys, this video is going to be about that when we do see AJ again in episode 5, we might be seeing a much older AJ than we did see him as a baby from the other flashbacks throughout the season. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new, and let's get right into the video. So if we go back to episode 3, and if you all remember the flashback of Clementine and AJ being in the New Frontier, and then AJ being sick and Clementine trying to save him, and then all that stuff happened, and then David kept AJ and Clementine had to leave. We don't have an exact year or date when all of this is happening, so let's just assume that flashback was in 1 year, and then present day is years past. And I'm saying present day could be years past that flashback, because if that was a New Frontier and those were like 5-6 people, and if they were calling themselves New Frontier at that time, and they only had tents, not they didn't have a base or anything, you can assume that was the beginning of a New Frontier, and that was like a few people. But then if you go to present day, a New Frontier is like a whole not city, but a whole town with a lot of people, and they have their own buildings and security. So I don't think that'll take a few months. So, we can assume that this is taking place years after that flashback. So I was thinking that if this is taking place years after that flashback, and say AJ was 4 or 5 years old in that flashback, then now, since we don't have an exact year difference, let's just assume that this is 3 years ahead, then AJ will be much older than he was in that flashback. So I would assume that once we see AJ again, maybe he'll be around 8 through 10, just considering that we don't have an exact time difference, or what time this is all taking place. So let's just assume that this is about 3-4 years after, so we can assume that AJ is going to be around 8, 9, or 10. Now this will create an interesting twist on the storyline, because if Telltale are going to continue The Walking Dead and make a season 4, maybe they can have Clementine in the main role again, or maybe we can have AJ as the main role, because by that time he'll be much older, and maybe we could have a thing that like we had in season 1, where Clementine was the young one, and then Lee was the one protecting her and teaching her how to do all this stuff. And in season 4, if they do make that, then we could be playing as AJ, and then Clementine can be the one teaching him all that stuff, just like how season 1 was. But in overall, it will be interesting when we do see AJ again, because we don't know what happened to him, besides that he stayed with the New Frontier, and then they gave him to McCarroll Ranch family. So we will see what's happening with that, but I think that AJ will be much older. But that is it, guys. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.